welcome to Gen Friends. I'm your host, Cheri Hudson Passey from Carolina Girl Genealogy. And as usual, look at these great Gen Friends that are joining me tonight. Down at the bottom, celebrating. She's on the bottom for me, is Shelley Murphy.
Oh, Jenny's at the bottom for me. Hi, everybody.
You were doing your little happy dance, so I thought I'd introduce you first.
Saying hi.
Thanks for being here, Shelley. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And since on my screen, Jenny's right next to you, Jenny Hawran from Like Herding Cats is here. Hello, Jenny.
Hello, happy to be here.
I'm glad you're here. I love the relative race fan that you are because she's always live tweeting with me and sometimes Shelley. So it's so fun. It's so fun to live tweet during this show and see Jenny's tweets come up. It's really fun, Shelley. So, and we've got Mary's back. Mary Kircher Roddy is back with us from MKR Genealogy and from Obligated.
Obligated, applied.
Hey, Mary, it's so good to have you and your quilt back.
Oh, thank you. Nice to be here. And I'm not a tweeter. And also just the time frame is
for you
because I'm on the West Coast and it's like dinner time. And
exactly. It's okay. So, it's all right. It's okay. Yeah. And every once in a while, Laura joins us for the live tweeting. So hi, Laura. Laura Hedgecock from Treasure Chest of Memories. Hey, Laura.
I like how you gave Mary and her quilt equal billing.
We know what's important.
Yeah, those quilts of hers they're magical. I love her quilts.
Next week she's going to say, I can't come, but I'm sending my quilt.
There we go. That works. Okay. So we are on day 6 of relative race. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And what a day 6 was. I can't believe we're on day 6. It just feels like it's going so fast. So I know we say that every time and every season, but it just really does. So so let's start talking about, first of all, as they start out, they had some great things that they were given, especially Team Blue. Those letters. Anybody want to talk about the letters that he got? His sister?
I'll just make a comment and someone else go further.
Yeah.
I was tearing up. It was
from
letters.
The beginning. Yeah.
The mother was writing, and I guess talking to the baby.
Well, she was talking to the agency. She was
the agency, but she wanted every time she moved or something to if the baby tries to find me, here I am type thing.
I mean, wow, wouldn't that be every adopted person's dream to know that their biological mom was writing to the agency saying, here's where I am. So if they were
leaving the breadcrumbs,
leaving the breadcrumbs.
Exactly. Right. Laura, were you going to say something?
Well, I was just, he kept saying I had the impression, or I was under the impression, he never really said how he came to the conclusion that she didn't want him to look for him.
Yes.
So I wondered if he had not ever, like maybe the adoption agency was no longer, going by the same name or something, that he was never able to connect those two big dots.
Right. Well, and I've told you guys this before, when you take in a foster child, you only get so much information. Right. And sometimes that information you're given is not correct. And so when you're telling your child something, you're just telling them what you were told. And if that information is not correct, then you're telling them things that are not correct, but you're not doing it on purpose. You're doing it because that's the information you got. So it's very possible that he got that information from his adoptive parents, who got it from his paperwork, who, somebody wrote down. Or
because he had no contact, he assued they didn't.
And that could be it too. I mean,
but you know what I mean, in his own mind.
He sounded very confident that she didn't want to have any contact with him.
I feel like we heard that at the beginning, that somebody told him. She said, "Tell Eric not to bother, not to try to find me," or something. I feel like. Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's part of it. So
I would like to know where that came from, because like I said, it could have just been in his records,
That's right.
And it could have been something that she said in haste to a social worker or something at the time. Who knows? Mary?
And it could always be that, even if the mother was told something different, she may have heard I mean, you don't always hear the message that's being conveyed.
Exactly.
So it might have been that she heard something and, the
Right.
words of the
Especially
tone.
during that.
It's like that
Right,
telephone,
that's
it's like that
stressful.
telephone game sometimes
Right.
too,
Yeah.
and so,
Yeah.
but now he knows that that wasn't necessarily the truth. And it could be she said it, but changed her mind. Do you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's why she kept sending the letters. Maybe she changed her mind. Maybe she did say it at the beginning and changed her mind and was leaving those breadcrumbs so he could find her after all. Who knows? Who knows? But maybe we'll be able to talk to him at the end of the season and he can shed more light on that.
Yeah, but as just seeing and rather than someone saying, "Oh no, that was incorrect," but to see the letters, that would have been so impactful that this is proof.
Absolute proof
That she even wrote, and I go to mass, every
for your birthday.
Yes,
Birthday.
that was amazing. That was absolutely amazing, and no wonder as he got in the car and he sent that text and he told everybody, I'm never ever going to be the same, and he was telling them how much he wished them happiness and how he knew that God was in his life, and he was shouting, he was screaming at him that I'm here and I'm with you during this journey. And I just thought that was so sweet that he sent that nice text, to everybody and wished them well on day 6 and actually throughout the whole journey. So, we haven't seen much of the texting each other this season. So that was really special to see that. I'm sure they have been, they just haven't really shown it. So
But I have to give kudos to the bio mother too.
Yeah.
Because of doing that.
Yeah.
And again, leaving that crumb just in case.
Yeah, just in case.
Just
I thought that was
case.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, okay, then with Team Red, as they're leaving, they get to go to a special place, right? His brother takes them to where their father
was raised.
Grew up,
grew up and was living, and so that was great. In the picture, there was a picture, it's on Facebook, in the Relative Race Facebook groups and on Twitter. If you go on Twitter, or I guess it's not Twitter anymore, but I'll never get
whatever it is. X.
I know I'll never get used to calling it something else, but Relative Race sent out a picture of them sitting on the stoop, so I thought that was really sweet. That was a really sweet picture. So he got to do that. Everybody else just they didn't really show too much. They were just saying goodbye to their families and their friends. But poor Team Green, they just cannot get out of a city, can they? What is it? It's so funny. They just can't. They take the wrong roads. They go the wrong way.
But they're the generation of not using a map.
No, that's true. I mean, they're all.
They almost forgot the map.
They did.
The map out
the door.
Yeah, they're and they didn't get correct information, and it was just so funny. I'm like, what is with you two that you just can't seem to? But I love their bond with each other is so sweet. It's really, really sweet. So I like watching the two of them together.
I didn't know she had 3 kids. I knew she had the one same age pretty much as her sister and stuff. But look at the common things her and her bio mother had.
Yeah, which we'll get to in just a minute. Before we get
okay. Well, you start going down there, and
it's okay. Well, and two, Laura and I were really happy because we are South Carolinians. Well, she's a Michiganer now, but she was from. What does it say? What does it say?
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all.
It's got the Carolina Wren and the yellow jasmine, which is and Traveler's Rest is a place where people rest when they're on their way to Spartanburg.
or Greenville, because they were going to Greenville. Yeah,
I know. I mean, that's where I spent my childhood, is up there. So
yeah, we were very happy. Both of us, to see they were going back to South Carolina again. One of these days, I'm just going to come upon them because Laura doesn't like it anymore. Traveler's Rest. Yeah, so that's where they were.
Traveler's Rest stop. That's something different.
Yeah. So there's a little tiny area called Traveler's Rest, and Yeah, so that's where they were heading, and they were heading.
It's pretty. It's up towards the mountain.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Is
The
it
Greenville
really?
area. It's so pretty up there. One of these days, I'm going to run into a team somewhere. I just know it. I just know it. I'm going to be driving somewhere and go, oh my gosh, that's a relative race team because they're in South Carolina so much. But anyway, so let's talk about.
Well,
go ahead.
I did want to say something about Team Green. It was interesting. I have not noticed it before, but there was really some foreshadowing in the episode on who she was going to meet.
Yeah,
that's true.
Oh yeah, we knew.
I mean, it was but
we knew.
You know, that
we definitely knew. We definitely knew. It was not a surprise. But before we get to who they met, let's talk about that challenge. I think this is the funniest challenge they have ever.
It's a wrap.
Done. I know. Oh my gosh. I know. I think it's the funniest thing they've ever done. They have never.
I think that was the best one. Really
fearful feeling, and you absolutely could do that at a family reunion. But you keep it a secret about the last one.
Everybody getting the GBs.
They had noodles. So they had pasta noodles, spaghetti noodles. They had gummy.
And everybody knew what those were.
They had those
noodles.
Fish. They had all sorts.
What kind of fish was that?
Well, they looked real to me, but they were saying gummy fish, like
gummies,
like gummy fish.
I've never heard of a gummy fish.
I think imitation fish.
Yeah,
that's what that means. Oh,
but I think as long as they said fish, they were okay with it. You know,
they weren't getting persnickety with it.
They weren't. Yeah, they weren't getting very persnickety.
But I think that one should go in the book.
That's definitely one for the book. That's definitely one for the book. So I loved at the end they put a blindfold and earphones on them, and they had the other teammate go underneath the table, and it was their head. And their reactions were absolutely hysterical. And it's so fun that they had a fun challenge instead of anything stressful, except for Tiara. Thought she was going to die doing it.
Yeah.
I would say there was definitely like a male advantage in that last clue.
Oh, well, maybe.
I don't want to give it away because it's so funny. I think people should watch it themselves.
Well, true. They should watch it. Well, this would be a spoiler though, because I think most people who watch this have already watched the episode.
Oh yeah.
And so, but yeah,
that was so funny.
Tiara, she was cracking me up.
I know. And go ahead, Jenny, you were going to say something.
No, I was just going to say, I think I read it on one of the groups or something, but they can probably only do this challenge one time. Because I think any other teams in the future are going to they're going to catch on, obviously.
They could never do it. They could never do it again. So as
but they could do it again and just not use their partner, because that's what everybody will expect now that they've seen it. So they really need to put the worms in there.
but Tiara was just definitely, she was really freaked out. She was like scared, and she was really
right.
I loved how she called it fur.
She called it fur. And then when they met together, too, she called it. She goes, "When I put my hands and touch the fur," and Joe like, "What? Fur on my hair?" It was so funny. But then Brendan was having a hard time too. She
was hilarious when she figured it out, because she was having a hard time and she was totally spastic.
Yes.
It's my mom.
I was worried they were going to time out. I really did.
Me too.
I was worried they were going to time out.
Yeah, that was my thought is, they're going to time out both of them because...
Good. Tira was like back there. I just can't touch it. I can't like 5 feet away. I'm not going to do this.
You can see she was looking.
People do watch it. It's worth it.
Yeah, you could see she was looking at producers saying, like, what's in there? Like, I think you could see her looking kind of off
they
camera.
Were probably laughing their heads off. They were probably, it must have been the best for them too. Yeah. But the problem was they couldn't get down past the hair. If they'd gotten down past the hair, once they got down past the hair and they could feel the goggles and everything, it probably clicked. But
that's too funny.
So funny. But yeah. That would be a great game to play with other people. That would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah, definitely the best game they've ever had, the best challenge they've ever had. So let's talk about who they met. Anybody want to pick a team and talk to us about who they met?
Team Blue.
Yeah, back to the letters and
he met his sister.
Yeah.
This time
They share a father.
Yeah.
And which was unexpected
Sonia.
for him.
And she's from Bermuda, and she was freezing cold.
Yes.
Sonia, yeah.
But it just, it was amazing. I mean, how much he looked like her and how much they both resembled their father.
She brought all those pictures
The
to
pictures
share.
were fabulous. Yeah.
And she brought him the hat that he just was
known
just
for wearing
so
hats.
touched by the
I
hat.
mean, and this was and this was the first time, like he didn't know his name before this. He said, "I've been waiting for a name forever," and it was just, he said, "I finally got a name. I know who my father is," and it's just like, oh my gosh, I was like,
it was like
Richard,
a name, a picture, a hat, and then on top
the
of
photograph of his
together.
parents together. His mother was
that's
just
gold,
gorgeous.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And as a young woman, when they were reading the letters, she was quite young, but there with his father, that
she went back to
she
Bermuda,
maintained contact with him.
Yeah,
that was special.
It was very special. And so in his mind, he's thinking maybe his father did know about him, because his sister said, "I don't know. I didn't know about you. I don't know that he knew about you," because he's passed away, unfortunately. But but I have a feeling he's going to get to meet his mom, and then he can ask all those questions.
Yes, mom will say, "I told them."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, how they must.
And mom might not have told dad about the pregnancy.
Yeah, just because they kept seeing each other doesn't mean she ever told, but
that's right.
Who knows? But
and with the adoption,
I'm sure.
too,
yeah. I'm sure that's one of the first questions he's going to ask. Did you tell him? Did he know about me? Yeah. So I thought that was just beautiful. And when they, I thought it was so special, all those photos and getting the name and the hat. But then when she showed him that picture of the two of them together, that was just like, because who gets that? Nobody gets that. They don't get the picture of their parent together.
I think that's the first time we've seen it, haven't we?
I don't remember seeing that before. So
I'm thinking of all the seasons.
I thought that was very, very special for him. So yeah.
And I thought the support from his brother was so touching.
They are so cool.
They are so cool together. And
I still want Abe to meet some more people. So I'm like, okay, maybe next time will be Abe's turn, but I still want that mom, Eric, to meet his mom. So, we've got a couple more days. We've got 3 more days left. So
he will.
3 more times when they can meet people. So,
he will,
hopefully, but yeah, what a trip.
She left those letters.
Yeah.
She will.
Yeah.
I just hope we get to see it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Will we get to see it? Will she say yes on TV? Right. That shows it. Okay. Who wants to talk about the red team? I just threw a color out.
And that was the cousin, right?
The cousin.
Quentin.
Yeah. Who says he was like this with his father? He kept saying, yes, with your dad, and told him a lot of stories about his dad. And I think he really appreciated that information. So
I really liked Quentin.
I thought he was a nice guy. Yeah.
He just seemed kind of like a little bit of a philosopher too. Like he would sit back and like kind of think of the bigger picture of what was happening there. Stuff. I liked him.
Yeah, he said he knew all the things that went on in the Daniels family.
Oh, he knew everything.
Yeah, he knew everything. And when he saw a picture of his mother, of Justin's mother, he said, "Oh, I remember her. I remember her."
No, that's right.
So they were really together. It wasn't just, like a one-night stand kind of thing. They had a relationship, and you could tell that made him feel better. So that they had a relationship. So it's nice for them to get to know people. I mean, this wasn't a brother, it wasn't a mother, it wasn't a dad, but sometimes these cousins and those kind of connections know more about a family than other people know. So,
and I mean, without the dad, to be able to know somebody who knows the dad.
Exactly.
So well.
That's where I was going. He said he hung out with the dad.
Yeah, they were like this.
Yeah, that would have been a big influence in his life as well.
Exactly. Exactly. So I thought that was great. All righty. So Team Black. Who wants to talk about Team Black?
Well, I thought.
Go ahead, Mary. Go ahead, Mary. You start.
Well, I just loved that they met the niece / cousin.
Yeah.
But that she's got now has a cousin her own age. She's not ever had any cousins, and so I mean the mom's looking for her family. But for her to have somebody her own age now, that was really cool.
Sweet. And then
first cousin, right? Brooklyn was first cousin.
Yes, to Brennan. Yeah.
And so that's her first cousin.
Her first cousin, she said. Yeah, how sweet is that? And then she wrote that story. I was thinking about Laura. I was thinking about Laura when she was reading that story, because Laura's going to be all over the story. She's going to love this.
Well, I thought it was beautiful too, but she even said to them, this is a very vulnerable way.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of, I don't know how to put it, but it's just like she was showing like her soft underbelly, like I'm a safe person.
That's
the beauty of it, and I can't remember it well enough to do it justice, but the beauty of it was a family jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces left. Exactly. And how the family's so happy to get together and do the puzzle now that it's not missing pieces.
Absolutely.
And
that'd be great if they would share that story, share that story somewhere. That would be really cool if they would do that, so that we could all just read that story. I think that would be really.
And GenFriends.
Yeah. We'll share it, send it to us.
We'll share it.
That was beautiful. It's really beautiful. Mary, were you going to say something? Okay.
No.
I thought you were going to say something because
no.
We're lit up, so I thought you were
okay. No.
Thought you were going to say something. Okay, let's go to Team Green. Oh my goodness. Team Green. We'd like to talk about Team Green.
Well, we could see it. We could see it. Yeah, we could see it coming, right?
Oh,
she came out that door.
Oh, and we could see who it was when she came out the door. And Joe knew exactly who it was. Well, she had seen pictures, but still, I mean, you could tell exactly that was her birth mom. So that was a really sweet reunion. And I think it's wonderful that that Joe's got so much in common with her birth mom, so she could understand. And she was telling her, I completely understand where you were coming from, and you chose the best for me, and thank you. I love it when they say that. They can say to their birth parent,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I had a good life. My parents are supportive. Even having her first child, just they were there for her, and of course her sister.
And I thought it was interesting too that they both went into the military.
Yes,
that was really interesting too, that they had that in common. So I thought that was really neat.
I think it was important for her mother to explain. I think you could tell the mother really needed to have closure as far as explaining to her why, because I don't remember them saying this before, but I didn't realize that the mother, Udana, is that her name? Udana. How she already had a baby. And when she got pregnant, with Joe, she's like, I can't tell my mother. I just can't. And I already did this once, and the father's not around. And so she gave, Joe up for adoption. And,
because that was one of Joe's questions. Why did you keep that one and not keep me?
And she said, and her mom said that she had deep regret. She really had deep regret. But she said, I never denied her. She was never denied. But I think they both needed that closure. I think,
absolutely.
So.
Absolutely. I thought it was a really sweet reunion. So. Yeah,
it was a good question though, because you generally think it's the oldest child that's more likely to be put up for adoption because the mother is younger. But she was saying she'd already exhausted all her resource, support system and stuff. It was something I had not thought of.
And she was only 17?
17.
I have a friend whose father was adopted, and he was the second child of the same couple, and they weren't married, and mom kept the first and didn't keep him. And that's something that he just struggled with his whole life. What was wrong with me? Wasn't I good enough? I think that comparison to keep one and not the other is almost
That's a tough one.
Well, it is a tough one. My she's gone, so she's not going to care if I tell you this story, but my paternal grandmother was raised by family members and not her birth parents. And then they decided to get married years later, and they had 2 more kids. So she learned when she was 14 that her birth parents gave her away to family, but then got married and had 2 more kids. And that was very hard on her, to know that.
And we've seen that scenario before.
Exactly. So it's hard when you realize your parents kept other children and not you. So but
I love the reconnecting when parents were young and then they both go their ways, baby gets adopted, and then they come back together and stay together, and always thinking of that one and trying to find the one, that they
sometimes it works out that way. Sometimes it does. So but so really good connections. I think really good their questions are just being answered, like relative race always does. They get, and she was telling Dan, I've looked, everybody's looked, and you guys did this for me, so thank you, as they met at the end, and how cute they were talking about before Dan comes in the picture. How cute they were, that they were talking about the challenge. And they were so funny talking about the challenge, and that's when
the fur.
The fur. And Joe's like, what's my hair? It was so funny. It was so funny. And just, they were all just so supportive of each other and who they found, and cheering up, and sharing the sad story that Eric's father had passed away, and but just, you can tell these teams are close to each other too. So
it's a little different than previous seasons too, but we got
because nobody is going to get kicked off. They know they're going to find their family, and I think I think that's I don't know, maybe that's a little bit less stress, maybe, I don't know, to know that you aren't going to get to meet everybody, but you want to get that $50,000, but you're not going to be kicked off and not meet somebody. But then again, they always let them meet the people.
We'll see how it turns out in a couple more weeks.
I know, Mary, we've had all these theories. What is your theory?
I'm trying to figure it out, and because wasn't you guys are going to have to help me with how it worked out last night. That Team Black was in.
They were in the bottom.
Timeout, whatever.
They were in timeout. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. They were in timeout. They were in the elimination. And all they had to do was beat one challenge.
And they beat one team in the challenge.
They made them go up to third.
Right. But they weren't still last in time.
They were last. Well, Team Green was last in time, so it also depends on the time. So you can be
so you can get out of elimination and then get back in it if you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Exactly. And all we know too is that there's supposed to be some kind of benefit for every time you come in first place. We don't know what that's going to be. So that'll be
Red came in first.
Red came in first. Yeah, right. And so poor Team Green now is in the elimination. So they just got to beat on day 7. They've just got to beat another team and get out of there. And then make sure their time's good for everything else. Because if that's all there was to it, nobody would be caring what their times were, So, so the total time is what puts you in elimination. But to get out of elimination, you've got to beat at least one team in the challenge.
Wait,
so, I know.
But the part that my brain can't wrap around is he keeps saying all these first place finishes matter.
Yeah.
For
only
day 9 or
matters
day 10,
For day
something.
10, yeah.
But it doesn't matter if you're the one in the last place on day 9.
You're
Well, we
out of
don't
it.
know.
Even
Yeah,
if you've won every other day before.
Yeah,
And that's
I don't
what
know.
will that
Maybe,
eliminate the strikes if you have a first place or enough first places
maybe.
that it'll get rid of your
Maybe. That's a good
timeouts,
theory.
That
That's
would
a
make
good
more
theory.
sense.
Yeah,
That would make more sense.
that your
'Cause it
amount, yeah. Because it doesn't seem fair that you could have been winning all this time and then just had one bad day and boom, you're gone.
Yeah, because then it all comes down to the roulette of the final day.
Yeah.
Right, that's right. So yeah, maybe there's something in that winning that can help
And
you.
if not, it would be an idea.
Yeah.
Is time
That's really
counted
right.
also or just the wins?
Say what? I'm sorry, Shelley, what'd you say?
Does time count at all
don't know.
or just the win?
I think it was
Because
just the
a
win.
lot, but remember, a few of the teams are under, coming in under their allotted time.
Yeah, I think that should be some kind of benefit too. I think if you're coming under, they should get a reward for that. But who are we? We're just GenFriends. Don't listen to us, but that would be cool. So
well, they should listen to us.
I know
we
tell them that every season. We tell them that every season.
well, but there's still, I mean, being under the most is still first place.
But you're going to get something.
Yeah, and the comparison, it really could just mean that relative race miscalculated. Yeah, misestimated.
Who knows? Yeah, exactly. That could be it too. They miscalculated how long it would take to get someplace. But anyway,
don't you think they're playing a little, not playing, but don't you think strategy wise for the teams, because of this elimination category type thing and no strikes, it's almost like we're okay, we're not going anywhere. I mean, you know what I mean? Because the teams that get 3 strikes or 2 strikes, they're panicking.
Somebody would have been gone by now. Probably.
Yes.
A team would have been gone by now. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, Laura, you were going to say something? Laura raised her little hand.
I was reading my notes and we left something out.
What did we leave out?
So during the challenge, Ashley, when they finished their challenge, Ashley vaulted the gate. Did you see that?
So, I mean, they're trying to get that time. Yeah.
Yes.
That's so funny. That is so funny that she did that.
I'll be watching it again.
I
didn't watch it last night.
That is so funny. And another quote that I wrote down was from Brianna, the cousin for Team Black. And she said, the situation is wonderfully weird. I thought, that's perfectly said, though. It's wonderfully weird because it's got to be the strangest thing. And then to be filming it too. I mean, all of that has got to be so weird.
And I feel like now they're so relaxed though, that you're getting a lot of they're probably not doing as many takes, that there's just
maybe
you've had that camera in my face for so long that I don't even notice it.
So I'm just gonna say what I want to say. And
I love Tiara. She's a great sister and very supportive. Yes. Also hilarious. And she has that smile.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there was something else that Jo said to her. What was she said about Tiara? Said something about her tone.
Right. You're right.
You gave her was priceless. They needed to just that should have been a photograph. They should have just put that and
put it on a coffee mug.
Watch your tone.
I'm enjoying watching the siblings and the siblings.
Yes, siblings are always great. Siblings are always great when they're on the show.
I love it.
Anyway, it was another good episode. Like I said, just one of those things where you just watch it and you're like, oh. So here we are going into day 7. Who knows what's going to happen? I think, and one of the most of the comments that we've been getting this season is everybody's theories of what the heck is going on.
Because we don't know.
And what's going to happen on day 9. Everybody's got all these theories. So I think it's great.
I mean, I had one question. Do we know that, like, on Team Red, like, that James is not going to meet anybody?
I know.
Was that,
I think he at the beginning he said it would be fun if they found somebody for him, but he basically knew his family and he was just coming on as a support.
Okay.
But it
I
would
do
be fun
remember
because they've
that.
done that before. People coming on as
Sure.
support, and they have found people.
Yeah, remember Thaddeus's mom?
Yes,
The adopted
exactly.
mom.
And they gave a whole bunch at once, wasn't it? It was
Right,
like
a whole bunch of they just did them all at once for her, and then Jen with Team Black, JD and Jen.
Yes,
so,
that was a surprise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So sometimes they will do that.
They
So
add a little spice.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So I just hope Abe gets to find at least one more person in this.
Yeah,
It'd be great.
Okay, I just had another theory.
Okay.
Why they're doing it this way. It's
Okay.
not because people don't want to, it probably makes it like before when they had like a cousin of the support person.
Yeah.
They have to shuffle it around if it looked like, if there was someone else they had that the contestant was supposed to meet, but it looked like they might hit 3 strikes. So then they would shuffle the.
I think they do things like that too.
Well, I think the no strikes is really to make production smoother.
And it could be, you know what?
They can then
That is
say
a really good theory. That way they have to
I like that
shuffle.
theory.
Exactly, because we've heard when we've had people on the show before that they've had to shuffle because somebody might change their mind at the last minute. And then
but you also know everybody all these years you want all 4 teams on
and isn't that the biggest complaint
to that?
Yeah, that's the biggest complaint.
We don't want anybody to go home.
That's
and
right.
now they've done that per se.
Yeah, they've done that.
Still trying to figure it out.
Still trying to figure it out. Well, we will know.
Well, they've been a little vague.
On purpose. I'm sure they've been a little bit on purpose. Yeah. So it's like I said, it's going to be interesting because we know that they're already filming or have filmed. I don't know if they're done yet. Season 14. So I wonder if they kept the same format. It's going to be really interesting to see if they've kept the same.
And they won't tell us. We'll just have to wait till next season.
We'll have to wait. Yeah, exactly. So anything else we may have missed that you wanted to say? I think it was another great episode.
Yeah.
We're coming to the last 3 days, 7, 8, and 9, where they'll meet people. So gosh,
we got another mama to meet.
Yeah, we do. We've got lots of other people to meet.
One more.
Yeah. And nobody going home. We're gonna see them meet everybody in game time instead of let's go.
Don't we have
This is
2?
what everybody wanted.
So what? I'm sorry.
I think we have 2, don't we?
We've got 2 what?
2 moms.
2 moms.
Oh,
What
2
about
moms.
Ashley? Couldn't she still meet her mom?
No,
We're heading in the right direction.
No, her mom's passed away.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Forgot
On
about
Black,
that.
Okay.
yeah, the mother,
Yeah,
the dad,
okay,
She
okay.
passed away.
but the mom
Okay.
passed
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. So, I know
That's
sometimes
a beautiful story there.
Yeah,
It really is.
it is. They're all really good.
They're
stories.
all good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you, ladies. This has been another fun GenFriends. I appreciate it. And I can't wait to read everybody's comments as they talk about. That's what it just cracks me up. I read everybody's comments and they're all got these theories, and I'm like, that's good. We don't know. We don't have any insight.
No.
We don't have any insight to the season, and so we see it when you see it. We don't know what's going on either, but I've liked it. I thought I wouldn't like it at first. I thought, this is weird. What are they doing? Because you get so used
Well, we
to
got to
this.
see how it ends.
But we got to see. To really know if we like it, we got to see how it ends. Absolutely.
There's too many questions right now.
Exactly.
Theories. Too many theories.
Too many theories. Exactly. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. And let us know your theories. And we will see you next time on GenFriends.
Have a good one.
Bye.